Dr. Howard Zucker. He is a real community person. You know, I'm born and bred in Brooklyn. Born in Jamaica, but you know, Brooklyn has been my home for the last 38 years. So I might as well be born here since I'm only 38 years old. So I want you to know that Dr. Zucker is a real community person. And this is coming from my heart. He cares, he listens, and he understands. Dr. Zucker.
It's a pleasure to be here. What we're going to do here is so important. We're going to transform healthcare for Central and Northeast Brooklyn. And I know you've heard a lot about all the things that we're moving forward to do. And I think we all know that there's a lot of healthcare changes that need to take place to improve the care in the area. Not just in Interfaith, but in the area in general. Compared to the rest of Brooklyn, the residents of the communities that we're looking at have a higher rate of obesity, more diabetes, more asthma. They don't have enough access to primary health care, which is so important. They don't have use in the emergency department for primary care because they can't get the care where they need it. They don't have enough access to high quality care, some of the tertiary care issues that are also needed. The hospitals in these communities incredibly dedicated, talented physicians, nurses, health professionals, all across all different areas of healthcare delivery. But the capacity is sometimes, the circumstances are beyond the capacity of what any individual institution can actually fix on their own. So as a result, the hospitals are challenged. There's about $300 million this year alone that the state has given to help offset the deficits that are out there. The good news is that the governor and the legislature have given us the tools to help improve this, to create a high-quality, financially sustainable system. And the way to move that forward is partly is the $700 million of capital, which will be invested in the transformation projects to expand both primary care, ambulatory care, and restructure, repair the system that are in the existing hospitals right now. To achieve this transition, we recognize this is a multi-year process. It won't happen at any one point. But we are fortunate that Northwell has agreed to put together a feasibility plan, and we'll talk a little bit about that. And it involves a partnership, an agreement, a management strategy with one or more of the hospitals that I've spoken about in this region. So obviously there's Brookdale's, Kingsbrook, Interfaith, in the area. The plan will look at how we can get our common goal to provide better health care for Brooklyn. We recognize if we don't shift to a mixture of ambulatory care and focused inpatient care, then we won't achieve what we're trying to do, which is to create a health system. And I think it's important to bring up that word about a health system, because it's not just a hospital, it is all about the whole system. And the reason it's important to hear from all of you is because you're from the community and you know what works. And as you transform a health system, it involves all of the other social determinants of health. It looks at issues of housing, it looks at nutrition, it looks at transportation. And some of these are the challenges that someone doesn't end up going to the hospital because they're concerned that I can't get there because there's no bus, or there's 2 trains and a bus, and by that point, you know, dragged through the snow. So we have to look at this as how do you transform the healthcare system. So you have ambulatory care, you can go down to someone local to get the care that you need to take care of yourself, your family member or dear friend, or anyone who's very important to you. The Northwell feasibility study will address these needs. The purpose is to use their expertise, their experience, their wisdom, their ideas to provide a way to look at exactly how do we move this forward. You already understand that the healthcare system has evolved from an inpatient system to an outpatient system. This is something for which we are tackling as we move forward and deliver the healthcare system. But the key thing is that you're the community. And the community is and I've worked in hospitals for many years. I've worked in Manhattan, I've worked in the Bronx, and I've worked in many hospitals all over. And the hospitals are there to help those who live in the community. And the best way to know what's going on is to really talk to those who are there and to hear from all of you and to get your perspective of what can be done. I've said this at other town hall meetings, and I say it again here, that I don't believe that anyone should have to leave Brooklyn to get state-of-the-art care, the best care possible. If this was a city, and it once was, right? If Brooklyn would rank up there at the top of the nation as just based on population, we should not have to leave Brooklyn to get first-class, perfect care for everything. And so what we need to do is to hear from all of you to make sure that when we move this forward and develop this healthcare system, it will be the model for urban healthcare, not just for New York, but for the nation. And people will turn and look at Brooklyn and say, Central Northeast Brooklyn, they did it there, so why can we not do this elsewhere in America? And so with that, I really turn to all of you to get your ideas, your vision, what you think we need to do to move this forward. And I'll turn the microphone over to Paul and ask additional.
No, I think we should just begin. I think, as Dr. Zucker said, we've been looking forward to this. It's very important to the governor, and we're looking forward to hearing your comments today.
Thank you. I would just say, we at GASD are your partners. We have been a partner to Interfaith for close to 30 years, and certainly the community surrounding Interfaith. So the way we approach this is, while we are a financial advisor, we work very closely with the Department of Health to focus on solutions that are going to be fair, equitable, and comprehensive. So it's very important for us, right, to try to eliminate the obstacles, right, to fashioning the best possible source of healthcare coverage here. So what's important is to hear from you, and we appreciate this opportunity. So thank you.
Councilman Robert Hornicky is joining us today. Would you like to add something?
I think I would defer to my colleague who's been here, who got here before me.
Well, just before we start, of course, this has been a long road for us, and I'm glad that we're beginning to come to a turning of the corner in this process. And so we're so grateful that all of you have persevered along this journey. And so as we move forward, I just want to hear from everybody, because I think it's so important, and I want to thank the governor and the health department for being partners with us, and of course DASNY. It's really interesting. That's the Dormitory Authority. They own some of this over here. So I just want you to know that they own some of this over here. So they're very important partners with us. So I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you.
So thank you, Madam Assemblywoman. So I am pleased to be here under these circumstances. We spent many day and night toiling to make sure that we kept the hospital open and servicing this community. And so it's good, this is a testament to the hard work that was put in. And I'm glad that the governor is meeting our commitment with his commitment to seeing a progress in healthcare. I just want to add, though, that while we're obviously here focused on improved quality of health for the borough and for the state, I don't want to leave out the economic opportunities that anchor institutions like Interfaith bring to communities like Bedford-Stuyvesant. So, while there will be and there should be a laser-like focus on good quality health care, I chair the committee on small business, and I'm very interested in how we go forward with contracting. And we know that institutions like Interfaith and other communities have provided an anchor and have been responsible for the development of communities through its economic resources. And we want to make sure that we keep in mind while we're improving the quality of health and while we're focusing on just good quality health delivery, that we don't leave out or miss an opportunity for economic development for this community.
4980. Thank you.
Thank you, council member. I just want to acknowledge the presence of a couple of folks here. And if you miss acknowledging you, just come on up and give me your card. But I'd like to acknowledge Chris Lundy. Chris, you want to stand up? Congress member Hakeem Jeffries has been a standard bearer for health services in Brooklyn and a supporter of Interfaith. And he could not be here today, but he said Chris, and we love Chris. In addition, Sam Clark.